The claim is simple. If you care about children and online safety, you should never sit at a Balenciaga show. Period. Tonight we slow down this hot take. We check what happened in 2022. We check who runs the house today. We check what Meghan actually did in Paris and what the record shows after. Then we ask a fair question. Is attendance automatically hypocrisy? Or is this a case of internet speed outrunning context? Echo versus evidence. Let us get into it. Welcome to Royally Misrepresented, the channel where we cut through the headlines and get to the truth. If you are tired of clickbait outrage culture and media spin, you are in the right place. Before we dive in, do not forget to like and subscribe. It helps more people hear what really matters. Now let us begin. Chapter 1. What the claim says. The online claim sounds decisive. Meghan Markle showed up at Balenciaga during Paris Fashion Week. That equals endorsement of the brand's past controversies. Therefore, it is hypocritical given her advocacy for youth safety and well-being. That is the viral logic. It moves fast. It travels far. It rarely carries sources beyond a two-sentence caption or a cropped video. Chapter 2. What the record says about the scandal. Now the record. In November 2022, Balenciaga ran two campaigns that drew huge backlash. One campaign showed children holding plush bear bags styled with bondage-inspired straps. A second campaign included a court document connected to a law about child exploitation. The brand apologized and called it a series of grievous errors. That is their language. Within days, the company outlined steps. Creative director Demna issued a personal apology. The chief executive issued a statement. They said the house would change internal processes and create an image board to review content before publication. They also dropped a widely reported lawsuit against a production partner and talked about grants and training with child protection groups. In early 2023, the National Children's Alliance announced a partnership with Balenciaga and the Kering Foundation. The NCA's statement says the company took responsibility in meetings and committed support for training professionals and services for children. That is a public document. National Children's Alliance, Chapter 3. Who runs the house today? Leadership matters because it shapes the meaning of an appearance. In March 2025, Kering announced that Demna would become creative director of Gucci. In May 2025, Kering and Balenciaga announced that Pierpaolo Piccioli would become creative director of Balenciaga with his first collection. Multiple industry outlets reported the same. So by October 2025, the runway in Paris was the first Balenciaga collection under Piccioli. That matters for context. New creative lead. New show. New chapter. People can still choose to boycott. People can also choose to treat a debut as a creative reset worth seeing in person. Both are legitimate choices. The question is what Meghan did and why. Chapter 4. What Meghan actually did in Paris. Meghan attended the Balenciaga women's wear show at Paris Fashion Week on October 4. Coverage from Vogue, People, Elle, and others confirms the appearance. The next day there were photos of a second look in black or an evening moment. A spokesperson told People that she attended to support Piccioli. Again, this was his debut at the house. You can dislike that choice. You can also understand it as a creative relationship. Meghan has worn Piccioli pieces before during his years at Valentino. Vogue makes that link explicit. That is not rumor. That is on record in mainstream fashion coverage. Chapter 5. Echo versus evidence. Here's the heart of it. Echo says this. Sitting at the show equals endorsing every past decision by the brand. Evidence says something more specific. The 2022 campaigns were denounced by the house itself. Apologies were issued. Processes were changed. A child protection partnership was announced. The creative director who fronted the crisis left for a different house. A new director took the stage for a debut collection. Meghan attended that debut, and mainstream outlets reported it as such. Those are the facts we can cite. Chapter 6. The Fairness Test. Let us run a simple fairness test that works beyond fashion. One time. Are we judging a 2025 appearance as if it occurred in 2022? 2. Agency. Are we conflating support for a designer with endorsement of every past campaign under previous leadership? 3. Consistency. Do we keep the same standard for other celebrities and editors who attend debuts after a scandal? If your standard is never engage with any brand that made a major public mistake, then do not attend, period. That is a consistent position. If your standard allows for reform, then the right question is whether the brand changed processes and leadership and whether attendance signals interest in the new direction rather than approval of old mistakes. The record shows changes on both counts. People still can and will disagree. But disagreement is not the same as hypocrisy. Chapter 7. The nuance on advocacy. Meghan works in a space that cares about digital well-being and youth mental health. That work does not disappear because she sat at a fashion show. It is reasonable to ask how advocates should interact with brands that had a crisis even after the brand apologizes and reforms. It is also reasonable to separate a designer's first collection from a prior campaign signed off by a different team in a different year. There is a value in visible scrutiny. There is also a value in witnessing change. The current creative director has his own design language. He is not the author of the 2022 campaigns. That distinction is part of an honest conversation. Chapter 8. What happened next? After Paris, the story did not end in outrage. Meghan and Harry were in New York the following week for World Mental Health Day events. They received a joint humanitarian honor at the Project Healthy Minds Gala and joined the festival programming the next day. That is a clean sequence. Paris appearance, then public advocacy in New York side by side. It is relevant because it shows the work continued. Chapter 9. The balanced read. Is it fair that some viewers will never separate a brand from a scandal? Yes. Boycott is a personal right. Is it fair to say that attendance at a debut under new leadership is automatically hypocrisy? No. That collapses time and agency. The record shows apology reforms partnership with a child protection group and a creative director change before the show Meghan attended. The record also shows she attended to support the incoming designer. You can still disagree with the appearance, but if you value facts, there is more than one good faith way to read it. Chapter 10. Takeaway. When the internet says hypocrisy, ask 3 questions. What happened? Who is in charge now? What did the person actually do and why? For this one, the answers look like this. A brand made a serious error and apologized. It changed processes. It partnered with a child protection group. The leadership at the top of design changed. A public figure attended the new director's debut, and mainstream outlets reported that she came to support him. You can hold a different personal line. The narrative that attendance equals hypocrisy is not the only accurate reading of the facts. What do you think? Is this really about Meghan or something much deeper? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Keep it honest. Keep it respectful. And if you found this video useful, give it a like, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more unfiltered insight. No noise, no nonsense. This is Royally Misrepresented. Thanks for watching.